What up, YouTube? How are you doing tonight? How is everybody? Yo, looks like Slayer, aka Trembles, first in the chat, and second in the chat, Purple Pro, third in the chat, fourth Clover, or fourth Cleaver, my bad. Totally missed that. I botched it. I botched the intro. Way to go. Off to a solid start. Oh, man. Yo, what up, Alistair? Squirtle Kitty. Mod Squad in the building. Yo, what it do, Sammy? How you doing tonight, Lone Wolf? What up, Terry? Welcome in. How's everything? Everything is going well. Let me tell you. It's one of those things where I'm just super grateful right now. Oh, let me just tell you guys. Here, you want some tea? Hold on, you want some tea? You want some hot tea? Let's give you the hot tea. Work is going amazing. I think think I'm earning my paycheck, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm doing all right, minus the new hole in the wall. Yo, what? Do you have a mouse? Or did you just drink a Monster and forget your middle name was Kyle? I'm just kidding. That's such a low blow. I have a homie named Kyle, and I always joke about that with him because the memes, they just make me laugh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Somebody else oh wait, there we go. Pin message. Perfect. Thank you, Elster. Yo, how are you doing tonight, Squirtle Kitty? I just punched a hole in the wall. Normal things. Do you know how to fix drywall is the question. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't even put my sound. Hold on. I totally forgot to put my sound on my actual headphones, so I don't hear the game at all. Hello, 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 hello. There we go. Hey, I hear the rain. Oh my goodness. Moby is so good. Moby is doing amazing. We just got home from Milwaukee's. I was listening to a podcast, Kill Tony. I don't know if any of you listen to Kill Tony, but it's an amazing podcast that I enjoy. And it always brings a smile to my face. I had to laugh because I looked like a complete psycho laughing to myself as hard as I was with my noise-canceling headphones on. And I didn't realize it, but I was walking past some people and I was laughing so hard they probably thought I was on the phone with somebody. Not that important. I mean, it's a good skill to learn. I mean, you can always do some drywall repair for people. Trust me. Like, people will pay for that. So, not a bad thing, you know, to have that skill. But I'm just glad you didn't hurt your hand, honestly, because I don't know if you've ever punched a stud, but I watched my friend punch a microwave one time and he impregnated his hand with a bunch of glass. And I was like, how dumb do you feel right now? Just saying. I don't know why he decided to punch his microwave, but it was kind of crazy. Yo, Squirtle, I'm so glad to hear. Hopefully all my shenanigans make you laugh and bring a smile to your face. That way you and Carl can just be chilling, vibing. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Kind of know how to fix drywall. I'll be the one to fix Sammy's walls eventually. Alistair, that's a true homie right there. It's a true homie right there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mighty! Welcome in. What up, Luke? Yo, all the homies are here. What it do? What it do, skis? Pineapple is over hanging out with her family lamb, doing the things. So all we doing is chilling. I'm probably just going to screw around for a little while and talk to you guys. Honestly, that's like pretty much what I've come to realize is that I don't really even play Minecraft anymore. This is essentially just a Subway Surfers stream, but pixelated. So I hope you're okay with that. I mean, I try to engage with the chat because there's so many of you here and like it is hard to play the game when there's a lot of people here. And I do not know how to multitask. I don't know if you figured that out yet, but ADHD screwed me on that one. But I try my hardest. But I'm probably just going to go in the nether and probably try to add some more stuff. That way we can like explore a little bit more, have a little bit more of like a nether hub kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what it do. But I'm just happy to be home. I'm happy that I didn't work like a 16-hour day today, because I worked a 12-hour, or wait, no, I didn't. I lied. I worked a 10-hour day today. And I was like, this feels like not enough work. But then at the end of the day, I was like, that was actually more work than I'm probably getting. No, I can't say that because I do contract work. So, yo, YouTube did a Pride thing? That's dope. What is this? How do I? Oh, wait, hold on. I probably have to go on YouTube. How do I do that? That's cool. What do I have to do to type that in? Or is it just like... oh, they have a whole Pride section. As you can tell, I don't go into other live streams and see. That is amazing, Sammy. That's awesome. That makes me think of my homie Ashley. I miss her all the time. And she would probably get off on that and be like, that is dope. Like, so shout out to Ashley. Think about you, girl. I know you're always looking down on me. They did this last week of the month. Why do they only do it the last week of the month? It's kind of sus. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's very interesting because, you know, me, I like to dig for data. And I thought it was interesting that this is only an American thing. Like, they do not do that in other parts of the world. So, like, I'm talking about big companies like Google, YouTube, and blah, 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 blah. Dude, it's become so corporatized. I feel like it's like the pink tax, right? Like for ladies. Like, same product, but just because it's pink, it costs more money. And I'm like, pink dye can't be that expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, pink and black, probably pretty comparable in price. Like, does it really justify that much more money? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I love seeing all the American flags. Hey-o. But yeah, it's become so corporate, but at the same time, it's just American corporate. Like, there's other markets where they do not and would never put the pride flag in their logo, because they would probably just, you know, get stoned to death or something like that, because some civilizations are just, you know, really against stuff like that. But everybody's got their own beliefs, and as long as you don't screw with mine, I won't screw with yours. So fair deal. So finally getting the message that we aren't just going to buy a bunch of stuff, rainbow stuff, because it's rainbow. Yo, Alistair, that is the truest statement ever. Because, like, as somebody that's been an ally for years, like, I've seen it go from, like, I've seen it before and then now after, which is kind of weird to say. So, yeah, it literally went from something that was, like, to celebrate and bring awareness to, like, hey, look it, we're progressive. Like, it's just, like, trendy stuff in high school. You know what I'm saying? 7 days. I'm sorry to hear about that, Luke. Hopefully the service was amazing. You got some good closure. You know, death is never easy, so hopefully you're grieving well and able to, you know, get the love and support that you need. And I'm sorry to hear about your grandmother. That's unfortunate. You know, I remember going to my grandmother's funeral, and that was tough. So just a part of life, though, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was on such a big rant the other night about just being grateful for the people you do still have in your life, kind of thing, because you just never know. You just never know. Like, I didn't wake up one day expecting one of my best friends, Ashley, to be gone. I was like, wait, what? What happened? Like, and she was just not with us anymore. And it was like literally the saddest thing that I had experienced in my life up until that point. And it was really hard to process a lot of that, you know, like, because you just don't expect things like that. So big hugs for Luke. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will make sure to hopefully put a smile on your face and make you feel like you're just part of the fam. You know what I'm saying? So it's really what it's all about, is community, right? Community and sticking together, having that support system. Like, support systems are huge. I don't think people give enough credit to, you know, their friends and family and relatives and stuff like that. That, you know, when you're down and you still love me because I'm down, like those are the real ones. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard, you know. Me personally, washed this guy, me. I worry about losing Moby all the time because Moby is like my child, literally. And I heard somebody that I work with today literally had to put their pup down yesterday, and I was like, just floored. And I was like, wait, what? Like, and I looked at him and I was like, yo, like you seem like it hasn't hit you yet. And they were like, no, it literally happened like late last night. So like, I don't even think I've really processed it yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, bless your heart. Like if there's anything you need, you just let me know, because I was just like, man, I couldn't imagine losing Moby, and I don't want to, but I know I have to one day. And that freaks me out. Like that freaks me out on a level that, whew, like I do not feel comfortable with. But you know, I'm just grateful that I get to see his little smiling face every day, and I just take refuge in the fact that, you know, he's young and he's a healthy boy, and I take the best care of him that I can. So giving him the life that maybe somebody else wouldn't have, you know, that's what I really focus on. So shout out to everybody that takes care of pups. Like Pineapple, shout out to Pineapple. Pineapple's a real one. She fosters doggies. So she like takes in the dogs that have literally been thrown away. Like she's had a couple of dogs that have been found in like dumpsters and like cages left on the side of the road, but it's not easy. Your support systems need support systems. Yo, everybody needs support. Like that's the big part of it, you know? The brain that I needed to eat, walk doggo, and take shower because yeah, that's a big part of it. That is a big part of it, but it's just life, you know. But the nice thing is if you can talk about it and process it and work through it and realize that, you know, you had a lot of time hopefully with them. So my cat needs mental health help. Have you tried Better Paws? It's like, what's that? I always hear that ad on YouTube and it's like Better Health or something like that. And I was like, that sounds expensive. Even I, a mental health counselor, needs support systems. Yeah, everybody needs a support system. And if I had a therapist, and I've actually had this situation happen. I had a male therapist one time tell me that he didn't believe in going to therapy for himself because he could process himself, and I could not cancel the rest of my appointments fast enough because I was like, bro, you crazy. Like literally you are off your rocker. I don't know, Trembles. Like as far as I know, Moby is just like a terrier like a mix. So there it goes. You can be my therapist in a few years. There you go. I mean, I'm totally down. You know, I totally am. I'm a huge supporter of therapy. So I can't say enough good things about it, but just like anything, you got to do your research and you got to make sure that you're actually getting what you need out of it and not just paying money and thinking you're getting what you need out of it. So that's a big part of it, you know, because there's a lot of scammers out there that, you know, they might be good at one thing, but they might not be the best at all things, you know. Going into children's therapy, nice. That's a good thing. You know, kids need people to talk to, you know. Like I feel like, especially in today's like nowadays, right? A lot of things have changed since I was younger. You know, I was the generation that coined the phrase "kill yourself." So I blame me and a lot of other people for perpetuating that kind of like life and bad advice. You know what I mean? So apologize, but at the same time, I think we need to bring back like some level of accountability, honestly, because the world is just in such a weird place right now. And I don't know how else to phrase that, but yeah, it's gnarly. I do have plans on being a therapist. I think I'll do a good job. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not doing it just for the money, you'll be fine. Because if you do it just for the money, you're going to burn out. Literally will burn out. I'm part of a generation that coined the unalive yourself. Yo, so you took it and made it a little bit more politically correct. So shout out to you for that. But yeah, I mean, trust me, when I was growing up, things were a lot different. Yo, what up, Fire 3D? What it do? What it do? Thing is, I'm already burned out. Well, that's something to definitely take note of. Don't discount that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, they potentially realize it, but then push through it. And that is not what you want to do. And, oh, I forgot that these things are a 16th of a square lower. Oops. At least I got fire protection armor on. They only call it that so they can say it publicly online without getting striked and banned. Yo, somebody tried calling me the R word multiple times in a YouTube comment yesterday. And I was like, sir, you literally already proved my point by stating what I had already stated. Washed and fried, nice, or fired. Yo, fired. That's one of my favorite F words. I'm just saying. It's one of my favorite F words. Get the people that don't need to be around out, especially in a corporation setting. Another questionable human. Yeah, so that's where I was at last night. So I do apologize that I wasn't streaming, but I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning doing research on this guy because I was like, who does this anonymous character think he is, just running around acting like he can do what he wants on YouTube? And I'm surprised that YouTube didn't like take down his channel for like how hateful he was. I was like, because it wasn't just like the comment thread with me, you know? And I was like, see, I can prove that you're a complete waste of space. So it was kind of interesting, but yeah, I dirtied up my computer, so to speak. I know you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but there's a difference between white hat and black hat, and I'm blurring that line with gray hat. So yeah, more of a waste of space. Don't say that about yourself though, because that is definitely not true. You know, everybody deserves space, and everybody has to learn to love themselves, right? You're going to go through this weird part of your life where you're like, I don't like myself. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, one day you're like, that was really dumb. I actually love myself, because yourself is the only person that you're going to be with like throughout your whole entire life. Think about that. And that is a true statement. Like, there is nobody else that's going to be with you from day one to day end, I guess. I don't have a better word for that, but like, essentially, you have to learn to love yourself and embrace yourself and give yourself grace, you know? And the second you do that, oof, boy, is that a superpower. That's something that nobody ever really talks about, though. And I'll just leave that little nugget of advice with y'all, because it definitely is a game changer. 1000%. So, yeah, if you can learn to love yourself for, you know, what you think are your flaws, potentially you're going to find out that you really love yourself for a lot of good reasons too, you know? I like how I look because my friend actually told me I'm attractive. Well, that's good. You know, that's a nice little self-confidence booster. And hopefully the more that you hear that throughout your life, the more you'll believe and really embrace that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want for you, is to understand that everybody's got their own image in their head of what they want to look like. But at the same time, you look like the way you do, and there's certain things you can change. But it is what it is. You know, you got to learn to embrace what you got. You know, and there's nothing wrong with how you look. Like, literally nobody. Trust me, you're talking to somebody that got bullied so much because of how I looked when I was younger. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, what I look like as an adult versus what I looked like when I was under the age of 18, completely different. So he also said my mother's hot. That's a red flag. That is a huge red flag. Just gonna throw that out there. But honestly, though, like the one thing that I'm concerned about for this country is the amount of people under the age of 18 that are so wrapped up in like the identity politics of like, am I straight? Am I gay? Am I bi? Am I all of the terms, right? Like, you know, like there's just so many things. And I feel like it's such a trendy thing. And I know I probably sound like such an old grandpa talking about that, but at the same time, like it shouldn't matter, right? I come from a time period where you literally couldn't really talk about it or come out or say anything about it, which was kind of weird. But at the same time, like the people that did were, you know, regarded as like being super brave and like all these things. And like, it's true because like a lot of people, they would get beat up, they would get attacked. And so, you know, to come out and be proud about it was like, it was a big deal. So like people that I know, especially around my age, yo, what up, Mad King? Welcome in. So that's the one thing that I have seen kind of change drastically since I've gotten older. So yeah, it's a problem that people are still scared to come out, but I think it's also a problem too that it's become trendy. Like, and I don't think anybody's willing to talk about that. And I feel like, especially with such a younger generation, that it's become like, if you don't identify, that you're like not part of the in crowd, so to speak. And I feel like, you know, you're young, you know, have fun, do the things you want to do, experiment. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to care. But at the same time, like, you have to really understand that you're young and then your taste potentially could change. I had a homie in high school, one of my best friends. It's a true story. Okay. I thought his dad was like super straight or whatever. And he, you know, typical, what you would say, like successful male, right? And it's interesting because I was totally wrong. I was totally wrong. I think it was our junior year, so kind of similar to like what you said, Alistair. Like junior year rolls around and it's like things change, right? Because you're going from being an adolescent to an adult, right? You're learning how to be an adult and all the things. But he came out, divorced his wife, and I watched this man smile all the time. And it was really kind of interesting to see that like in real time, being like 17, 18 years old. It was one of those things that I was like, hey, he's happy. So like, what does it matter? Right. And my friend, okay, I'm going to go on a little soapbox rant here, but my friend was not as outspoken as I am. And I would like get physical with people over it. Yeah, dude straight up divorced his wife, started going to the piano bar, drinking, you know, dirty martinis and all the time. I think that's where my love of dirty martinis came from, honestly, because he used to drink like really good vodka. And we used to snag that all the time when we were like 18. And he'd come home, he'd be like, boys, did you drink all my vodka again? And then I remember him chastising us one night. He was like, did you put water in my freaking Grey Goose vodka? And I was like, oh, he mad. He big mad. And I didn't understand because, you know, I wasn't 21 yet. Couldn't buy booze. So we were like stealing it, literally. And he'd be like, look, have y'all been drinking? And he would come get in our faces and be like, ooh, I smell the vodka. And it was so funny because he was just like, cool, give me your keys. I was like, what? He's like, I ain't letting you drive. He goes, do you understand how much trouble I could get in because you drank at my house? If you leave this house and you get in a car accident, kill somebody, hurt yourself, anything, I will be directly responsible, even though I wasn't even here and you stole it from me. And he like had to sit us down because it was me, my other friend, and then obviously his son. And I remember just getting like chewed out. He was like, don't mess with my vodka. If you're going to drink it, drink it. Don't put water back in it. And I didn't understand that until I was older, but it literally ruins the booze. Okay. So I know you're all too young to understand, and don't worry about drinking. Trust me. It's going to get you in a lot of trouble. But he was very responsible as a parent, I felt, and was just like, cool, like if you're gonna come drink over at my house, there you go, Sammy. But it's just one of those things that he took 1000% accountability, and I respected him for it. Teach you how to build like you do. Hey, yo, Mad King, I appreciate that. I respect that. I guess it's because I played with a lot of Legos when I was a little kid, but that's probably why. And I still have a passion for Legos. Like my buddy went to California, and I was just like, dude, you're literally staying right next to Legoland. He was like, I know, it's so cool. But don't lie to me now. Don't lie to me now, Sammy. But I know y'all are young, and it is what it is, but it's one of those things that if I can pass on some knowledge from an older generation to a younger generation to where there's no smoke and mirrors, for lack of a better term, like full transparency, like it's one of those things that I really respected him as a parent from that point on. And I was just like, dude is like actually super cool. Like super duper cool. The fact that he wouldn't like rat us out to our other parents, I thought was interesting as well. But trembles. What up, Wolf King? Welcome in. Water spray. That's so funny. But yeah, like I watched this guy, like I think, and so to wrap up what I was saying, I watched this guy go from, and I'm not going to say pretending to be like a very masculine man, like totally bought like a 60s muscle car and all of the things. And like, I honestly never questioned him like that. Like, you know, he was married, he had kids, and it was one of those things where I was like, I was shocked. Like it really rocked my world because I was like, bro, what? And then, you know, I just saw how happy it was, and that's all that mattered, you know? So yeah, beer is not a good tasting drink. I prefer like an actual cocktail. Like I prefer dirty martinis, but that's just me. But what am I talking about? I'm actually talking about how my friend's dad divorced his wife and decided that he was going to come out and just be happy. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So I actually give the guy credit because whew, can you imagine going through a divorce, especially in these days? Oh my gosh. Luckily that was like a long time ago, but dang. Yo, no worries, Alistair. Thank you so much for being here while you are, and we'll welcome you back when you come back. But yeah, so that's the thing. And I think he was more scared about like how his kids were going to react than like his wife or ex-wife. But my man was so happy afterwards. He gave zero fluffs. He was just like, you know what? I should have done this years ago. But at the same time, like reasons and all those things. And I completely understood. But yeah, you prefer straight whiskey? Ooh, what's your brand? What's your brand? I'm curious. So, wait, what? Trembles? What are you talking about here? We do lots of respect here. Lots of respect. Because you don't want to see me get disrespectful. Yeah, I think you guys forget I'm from a completely different generation. Bro probably would have gotten canceled on Twitter. They tried. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's the thing is like times change, you know. A lot of people are upset about the new Eminem album coming out, which I think is absolutely hilarious because at the same time, like he's just an artist and you do not have to support him. But if you have an opinion about him, you're allowed to. But at the same time, do you really need to like shout your hate from the rooftops kind of thing? That's what I'm saying. What up, Diego? I'm just working on adding to my nether hub here. I'm trying to put in like some big walkways. That way I don't fall into lava everywhere because that would be bad. So I should probably start filling some of these in. But yeah, I mean, I support everybody and what they want to do. So unless you're messing with kids, then I do not care, you know. Kids and animals, let me rephrase that. Nobody likes a predator of any sort. So, you know, I did play baseball. I did play a lot of baseball when I was younger. I think I still probably hold a record at the high school that I went to for the highest batting average. And I think it still stands till this day because I don't know too many people that have had a batting average as high as I have, especially major leagues. Like average batting average is like, I don't know, like 300. We don't need to go down that path, Purple Pro. Thank you, though. So, who's my favorite player? Ooh, Ken Griffey Jr. is a good one, but he's old, and he doesn't play baseball anymore. He's one heck of a photographer now, kind of like Randy Johnson. So, thank you, Purple. There's just a time and a place, and you know that's one thing that I draw a hard line on, and there's zero tolerance for that. So, just so you're all aware. I know you guys don't know what I do for a living, but you know, I make sure that the kids are safe and stuff like that. So definitely don't get on my watch list because I will not stop until you're off that watch list. It's just how it goes. I follow a lot of Instagram accounts that are coming out lately talking about finding predators. I think that is amazing. So shout out to everybody that's putting in God's work or the universe's work, whatever you want to call it. But you know, I fully support protecting the kids, you know, the next generation. So, but yeah, I love cars. So Wolf King, I'm right there with you. I own 3 vehicles myself. I got an SUV, a pickup truck, and a muscle car. So I completely understand and identify with you. Like cars are totally a good passion and they will keep you out of trouble for the most part. I say that after getting a $20,000 speeding ticket, but you know, that's besides the point. I don't know anybody that's paid for a higher speeding ticket than I have in my life. So yeah, I probably hold that record too among everybody. But that one hurt. My bank account was so mad after that. So mad after that. I was like dumb washed. Dumb washed. Ooh, Johnny Walker. That's a solid brand. That is a solid brand. So for me, I like my vodka. I used to drink whiskey when I was younger, but I definitely switched up to vodka because it was just a little bit easier on my tummy kind of thing. But yeah, cars are a good thing. Used to try Has-Been Hotel. I've never even heard of it. And honestly, my free time is so limited that I don't know if I need to take on any more tasks in my life because I barely have time to stream and do all the things right now. So I strict with wine. Yo, Squirtle, I support that. Hard liquor and me don't mix anymore. Hey, at least you understand, you know, and you have a good outlet for that. Ooh, excuse me, a good outlet for that. Because I feel like a lot of people don't acknowledge that. They're for adults that like cussing. I mean, trust me, if I'm not on stream, you'd be like, you're washed. I'm a very bad boy in real life. Moby's doing good. We just went for a little walkies. We just got home a little bit ago. I was listening to the Kill Tony podcast. So if you're old enough and you like good comedy, that is definitely one podcast I would recommend. I have too many issues. Yeah, I could identify with that, Sammy. Some people just aren't meant for certain things, and I feel like a lot of people take things to excess in a sense. So you're the cameraman for the friend group. That's fun. That's super fun. I hope you get all the good candids. Candids are like my favorite style of photography, but I also used to be like the editor of my yearbook in high school. So for my junior and senior year, I was the editor of the yearbook, which was fun. So I got to really craft a lot of the memories. Okay, that is not appropriate, Sammy. We're going to remove that. I don't need that popping up on my stream. Please and thank you, because these comments do pop up on my screen, like over here. So yeah. Don't want to see that in a replay, just so you know. But yeah, so for the most part, I have a couple vices. Mine are mostly computers and like computer games, right? And I think those are manageable, healthy vices as long as you're not gaming like 24 hours a day kind of thing. You have a bottle of Johnny Walker worth over 25K? Yo, that is actually super cool. That is actually super cool. Trembles, thank you so much. You have a good night. I appreciate you coming in, kicking it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things. Is that a collector's item? I'm hoping that like is just going to grow in value. I'm very curious, Terry, because I know about like some liquors, but I don't know about like a lot of liquors. And that's pretty pricey for a bottle of booze. You know what I'm saying? Not that that's a bad thing. I just hope it kind of increases in value. It was a gift from the owner of the Chargers. Wait, Spanos? The Spanos family? Like, you're talking to somebody that was born and raised in San Diego, so... You thought it was bad when Dad had a $5,000 bottle of Glenfiddich? Yo, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. What do I do for a What? What do you... I need more context, Wolf King. It's a collector liquor. I would hope so at 25K. Like, oh my gosh, that's pricey. That's actually more expensive than my speeding ticket, but that's a lot of moolah. That is a lot of moolah. That's actually a really nice gift, though. Dude, that's super cool, Terry. So I'm guessing that you're obviously very close with the family in some way. You don't have to share, but I'm actually really curious now, like, because like I have neighbors that are stupid wealthy, like I'm talking own casinos wealthy. So, you know, growing up around people that, you know, buy McLarens and Lamborghinis, like their Hot Wheels cars was kind of normal when I was younger. And I was just like, what do you guys do? And they're like, oh, we own these hotels. And I was like, own the hotel? And they're like, yeah, it's, you know, it's the family business. I was just like, jeez, that is gnarly. Like, that's actually crazy to me. But yeah, so growing up in Vegas was a big culture shock when I moved here. But Spanos family is really good friends with my family. Well, that's really cool, Terry. Dude, 6 degrees of separation. That's gnarly. Like, the fact that I know you and hang out and talk to you, and here you are, like somebody that's like super tight with the Spanos family. That's actually really cool. Like, you know, I was never like, I'm a Chargers fan, right? I was more of a Chargers fan when they were still in San Diego, but growing up watching the Chargers, I was raised on the Steelers though. I'm not gonna lie. I was raised on the black and gold, so it is what it is. And I still love the Steelers to this day. Like, I consider the Steelers my team, even though I'm not from Pittsburgh or anything like that. So it's just one of those things. Oh, you were at the funeral even. Wow. I'm sorry for the loss, but I mean, it's part of life, unfortunately, and you know, nobody enjoys those. Yeah, no. Do I like superheroes? Yes, I love Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, but that's really where I draw the line. But I have no clue what we're talking about, but I can assume it's sports related. Yes, the Chargers are a football team that used to be in San Diego, and then they moved to like just outside of LA. So yeah, he had a good life, Terry. Like 96. Yeah, see, that's the, you know, one of those things where it's like, you know, I don't know if I'd want to live to be, you know, too old to where I can't really enjoy life anymore, kind of thing. So I think people naturally accept it when it's a little older, right? Ooh, you like Thor? Thor's cool. Fat Thor was my favorite. I'm just gonna say, like, Fat Thor was my absolute favorite. I don't know who came up with that idea, but dude, shout out to whoever at Marvel had the idea for Fat Thor, because honestly, behind Tony Stark, I would say Fat Thor is definitely like one of the coolest things. He owns like 55% of California. Sheesh. Dang, I probably pay more taxes still. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like that's actually gnarly. That's actually super cool though. Like, you just never know. Like, people have a life and all kind of cool connections and stuff like that. So that's really cool to hear about. Like, I have a friend whose aunt is Julia Roberts, And I was like, wait, what? Because I remember standing in their house one day. I was like, why do you have so many pictures of Julia Roberts on the wall? And they're like, oh, you mean our aunt? And I was like, your aunt's Julia Roberts? And I was like, wait a second here. Time out. Like Aaron Brockovich? Like Danny Ocean's ex-wife? Like, hold on. We're talking about the same Julia Roberts, right? And I remember when his mom was like, oh yeah, she married my uncle or whatever the term is. Like, I think it was like her brother or uncle or cousin or something like that. And I was like, wait, so like Julia Roberts is legitimately like your aunt? And they're like, yeah. I was like, what? That is insane. But everybody's a person at the end of the day. We're all human. So, you know, I'm sure there's people that are like, yo, I know Washed. Like, so I don't know that many people say that, but just like as an example, you know. Yeah, they're just like, yeah, Aunt Julie. Aunt Jules, as they say. I'm just like, oh, y'all are funny. Okay. Like, that is actually pretty funny. But, you know, everybody's human at the end of the day. You know, it just, some people do different things that people are more aware of, right? So, like, actresses and actors, right? They're in the public eye. So everybody knows them and loves them for, like, their movies. But it's actually pretty funny. You guys, it's my bestie. Hold up. What it do, pineapple? Uh-oh. Did your camera freeze? No,
hold on.
Oh, I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello, pineapple. How do you do?
Hello. Are we streaming to the wonderful world?
Yes, we are on the YouTubes, on the interwebs, doing the things.
On the interwebs, doing the thingies with the thingamabobbers,
The thingamabobbers. Yo, Terry, your grandfather made wallets and custom leather goods for A-list celebrities. That's awesome. I love leather goods. I use a Louis Vuitton leather backpack every day. It's my favorite thing, and I want to buy a black one. I want to tell the owner of the company that I'm helping out right now, be like, yo, I want a black one when I'm all done with this project. I'm just saying. Because he comments on my yellow one almost every time he sees it, which is funny. Because he rocks Mont Blanc is another like expensive brand. He rocks that as like his leather bag. And I was like, respect, bruh. Mad respect. But how was your sisters? Your sister? All the pineapples in the chat are so cute. I love it.
Oh, I should probably click on the little, go to the chat too. Pineapples was good. I felt like so bad because I'm like sitting there I'm like Carson, like I have to leave. I was like, I have a whole bunch of doggies to check on.
And he didn't want you to leave.
He started crying. And he was like, and I don't mean fake crying. He was the real crying. So I said, okay, 10 more minutes.
Aw, you're too sweet. You're a good auntie.
So then I went back and I was like, Carson, how about like one of these nights you can come sleep over at Auntie's?
That is so sweet.
She said that my zero day was like anytime Monday or Wednesday through Saturday, he can spend the night any night, one of those nights. I was like, oh, okay, so I was like Saturday night then because I don't work on Sundays.
That's perfect.
But I need to be home so I can take the food away from Puppy because he doesn't get any food after 10.
Oh, wow. You're running close to that timeline. I love. There's like a bunch of pineapple emojis in the chat, and it's so cute.
Click on it. It's so windy out.
Dude, I know the wind got crazy. Yo, question. Do you have anybody famous in your family tree?
Yes.
Wait. The way that I said that sounds very terrible. Do you have anybody famous in your tree, in your family, like in your whole like entire umbrella of a family?
I mean, there's like lots of interesting things in my family, just so you know.
For sure. I was just talking about the homie. You know who I'm talking about, but his aunt is Julia Roberts.
Oh.
Wait, did you not know that?
Wait, who?
Hold on. I'm going to mute the stream. That way I can tell Pineapple. Yeah, so Julia Roberts is the homie's auntie, and I was telling them how I saw all of her. Dude, look at all the pineapples. It's just pineapples everywhere. Dude, oh, okay. So Terry's talking about his grandfather made like super cool leather goods for A-list celebrities, and he has a wallet made by his grandfather. How cool is this? And it's the same design that Al Pacino and Harry Winkler's wallets.
Nice.
Dude, that is rad. And that's so cool that your grandfather made it too, and like you can still carry that with you to like till today.
So my grandfather, or my mom's side of the family, there is a country singer. Last name is Carpenter. She's
See,
not
I don't know country.
Yeah, no, we have a country singer. That's the only thing in ours.
Okay. Dude, shout out to the chat. Y'all are amazing. Look at all the pineapples, including the pineapple! Queen Pineapple herself. Heyo. Yo, that's super cool. I wish I had something from my grandfather that like, you know, that I could have like to this day. That would be super rad. I didn't even get to really meet my grandfathers, unfortunately. My one grandfather was long gone before I was born because he had a heart attack when he was like my age, which is kind of scary to think about. But then also it was like my other grandfather, he passed away when I was like, I want to say 5. So I don't really remember. But yo, it was the last leather good your grandfather ever made. Now that's a legacy right there. That's super cool. I would be so afraid to like wear it out, but at the same time I wouldn't want to like use a different kind of wallet, you know? That's super cool. Like dang. Just thinking about that is pretty rad. Like I wonder, cuz like I know my one grandfather, he was very handy. So I wonder if he ever like made anything. That's something I never asked my dad. I should ask my dad about that tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I got a question. What was grandpa like?" But how's your drive going? Little gnarly in the wind. You use it daily? It's almost 29 years old? Dude, shout out to Terry. You're a real one. Are you okay? Don't die.
I had to spit something out there.
Oh, that's what that was. I was like, y'all dipping? I got them zins! Zin zin! I don't know what I was looking at on, I think it was Instagram or TikTok, one of the two. But it was somebody was making something and they were using Zin tins. Mm-hmm. You like The Rock? The Rock's pretty funny. I love the relationship that The Rock and Kevin Hart have. I'm just going to say that because I think it's absolutely hilarious. Like how funny they are together. And like the way that they just like rip on each other and they're like still friends about it is totally like my speed. Love that.
My grandfather told me a joke. That's not really a joke, but how he wanted to go out of the world.
Oh yeah, same way you came in.
That he wanted to be coming and going at the same time.
Oh my god! What an actual legend. Woo, that's so funny. Shout out to your grandpa. That's actually legendary.
I swear, like my parents, my grandfather, and all their jokes and stuff were pervy, but they were hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I think stuff like that's funny, but you know, I know cancel culture is alive and well these days. Hopefully that gets canceled eventually.
Hopefully cancel culture gets canceled.
Yeah, cancel culture. Don't listen to the small minority, the vocal minority. That's why I love Kill Tony so much. Dude, I was walking kind of down by your house and I saw my one neighbor is watching my actual neighbor's dog, And Muffin, the little cutie, she's adorable. She's like a little like poodle mix of some sort, all white. And she a baby. She's super young still. And she's like jumping all over Moby. And I was talking to my neighbor for a second, and I was asking her, I was like, oh, like, how was the park? Blah, 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 just like making conversation. And then when I walked away, I had my headphones on and I was listening to Kill Tony, and they were roasting the first comedian so bad that I was like laughing so, like hysterically. And I walked past this couple with their dog, and they just like looked at me. They looked like there was like something wrong with me. It was funny. Yeah, I heard about Gen Z trying to cancel Eminem, and I've just been listening to Eminem on repeat the last like few days now. Like ever since that new Houdini song dropped, I've been listening to a lot of Eminem. I'm so excited for the new album. I tried to pre-order the new album, but nobody knows when it's coming out.
I can't tell if they just had that guy who I just drove past in handcuffs, or if he was just doing the am I sober walk.
Oh no.
He definitely got pulled over by HP.
Oh, he was speeding or swerving. One of the two or both.
I was like, try not swerving in this wind right now, too.
Dude, this wind is gnarly. Just kind of like Gen Z trying to cancel Eminem. Like, they're not going to win that battle. They're not going to win that battle, because parents are going to be like, when I was your age, I wasn't this soft.
What? My name is who? Slim Shady.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be hilarious. You're going to see like all the middle-agers coming out just like, what? We don't give no fluffs. Like, it's going to be epic. I can't wait.
You like violence? Want to see me stick 9 nails through each one of my eyelids?
Mm-hmm. All the lyrics.
Exactly like I did.
All the lyrics. It's going to be ugly when Eminem drops his Gen Z diss track. He's not even going to have to diss Gen Z. Gen Z is just going to be like, nope. Nope. And I feel like the closest thing to that is the who was the rapper, or the artist, I should say, not rapper. It was, what was his name? Water Gun Kelly, because he sure as heck ain't no Machine Gun Kelly. Like, he got roasted so bad when Eminem said, "I have to give you a career to destroy it." I was just like, bruh. Like, I was like, he's not lying though, like at all. Like, homeboy is a nobody compared to Eminem, and like, you wanted to come for Eminem. Same thing with the Game. Like, the Game was super popular and like a very respected rapper until he came after Eminem, and then everybody was like, game over. Gen Z deserves a diss track at this point. I mean they do, but they don't at the same time, because like, you gotta understand, when I was younger, I was exposed to a lot of like really, how should I say this? Ooh, what's the proper term? Vulgar, I guess, is a good one. But like Sam Kinison, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, like all very famous comedians. But
I love Richard Pryor in the movie where he was babysitting the little boy.
Oh, what? I forget the name of it.
Boys or something like that.
Yeah, dude, Richard Pryor is hilarious. Him and George Carlin are like some of my two all-time favorites. But at the same time, like, remember when we were younger and people were like, "Oh, that's not cool." Like, and I was like, you just don't have a good sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like, and so that was when I noticed that a lot of things change generationally. You know what I mean? So like, whatever's popular with your parents is never going to be popular with like the kids, you know?
Yeah. Although I saw bell bottoms coming back and making a trend again, so that was definitely popular with parents.
But, well, that's true. But I feel like it always goes to like, it skips a generation. So like, oh, my grandparents did this and it was so cool. Like, vinyl is such a big thing now. Like, so many people rock vinyl albums and have huge record collections. And I was just like, that's actually not a bad idea, especially in like DRM, in the age of DRM, digital rights management, where it's like everything is protected. Like, you have to buy a song on iTunes individually. Like, you can buy like an album, but then like you can only listen to it on like certain things, because if you can play it through your iPhone, like you can't burn a CD. Like, one's in the chat if you've ever burned a CD. I'm curious. I'm curious. Yo, WWE.
I have a with WWE has like never gone away.
Never gone away.
Like it just like continues on, which is funny that I never hear anything about it, but they've got a huge following.
Yeah, they do. Way too many. Attempted? Yo, that's fair. I actually I found a super drive for a Mac, which is pretty funny. It's still sealed. I never opened it, which is hilarious. But like I could hook it up to my MacBook right now and burn a CD because like I still have a stack of CDs from like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago that I never finished like using, right? And like they're still good. They don't deteriorate, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I miss burning CDs. I have at least 18 burned CDs in my car. Dude, respect for still having a CD player in your car. Like, I swapped... Actually, the Suburban has a CD player still. So, technically, I guess I do too. So, I just never use... The only thing that's in there is there's an Adele CD stuck in there that I bought for my mom years ago.
Or like when you had to like basically pop, or like some people had it where you had to pop the thing out, like or you had to load 5 CDs and that's how you got to do it versus one at a time.
Yeah, it has the 6-disc in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it got stuck on like the first CD. So I don't even know what other CDs are in there if there's any, but I miss CDs. I remember. Oh my god. All right. Oh no, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta hop off, but I'm gonna tell you guys this story before I go. So I was listening to a burned CD one time on the way to school. Okay. And don't do this and don't judge me because I was young and dumb, but I was listening to this burned CD. I was in my pickup driving to school and the CD kept skipping, right? Cause like, you know, like all of the things, yo, I have a 6-disc Alpine in my one truck. So technically, oh wait, I have a CD player in 2 of my vehicles. I didn't even realize that. But I swapped out the head unit in my pickup for like the digital Alpine that had like the iPod hookup so I could connect my iPhone and everything. But I was listening to a CD like on the stock radio before I like changed out the stereo completely and everything. And the CD kept skipping. It like kept skipping and like, you know, like if the CD gets scratched and stuff, it's never going to be good again kind of thing. And so I was driving to school. I was driving down, what street was it? Oh, I probably shouldn't say the name, but I was driving down, and so I crossed Alta and I popped the CD out of the CD player and I had my windows down and I just chucked it out the window because I was like so irritated, right? And like I said, don't cancel me because I littered, but I didn't. I was young and dumb, right? So I chucked it out the window. And keep in mind, I'm driving like 50 miles an hour at this point. Speed limit was 45. So I'm doing 5 over the speed limit and I chucked this CD out my window. Tell me why this thing acted like a freaking frisbee and it flew. It was like flying next to me. And then it hit somebody that was it totally hit somebody. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Like totally nailed this person. I was like, oh, my bad. I hope they didn't know where it came from.
And in your car.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny though. Think about how hilarious would have been if it would have like literally come back in the window and smacked me instead. That would have been funnier. Done that a time or few? Yeah, I feel you, Terry. But I've broken a lot of laws in life, but the one that I'm so like gung-ho about now that I'm older is littering. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's because like I don't know. We only have one planet. We got to share it kind of thing. And so like when I see people littering, I like to get out of my car and throw it in their window. Be like, nah, that's yours. You keep that. You can go throw that in a trash can. Or like I'll throw it like the back of their pickup if they have a pickup or something. Like just makes me laugh. But that's my time, y'all. Unfortunately, Wash got to go to bed. So Shout out to Pineapple for coming and joining the stream. Yo. I cussed out the CD too. Been there. Yo, Pineapple, tell him what your KD was in that picture you sent me earlier. Or you don't have to talk about the Ds, but the Ks.
So, my Ks, but just in general, like, I got down on this not search and destroy. It was kill confirm.
Yeah.
On Call of Duty. And I was a top leader with 90 kills. The person below me had 34. I had 90 kills, 31 confirms.
Sheesh.
34 deaths.
Dang, Pineapple is a beast at Call of Duty. Now do you see why I want her to stream? That way she can show off her skills. Like, shout out to Pineapple.
And not gonna lie, I mean, not that has anything to do with it, but I've never had any luck playing against Asian people because they're always really good. And that whole squad was Asian, and they were very angry on the other side of that chat.
I noticed that you were playing with a few Pineapples in that one.
Yeah, that was my brother and his son.
Oh, that's so dope.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, that's a good note to end it on, but I can't thank y'all enough for kicking it with me. I know it was short and sweet tonight, but Wash got to be a responsible adult. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is 7 hours from now. So if I go to sleep right now, I'll get 7 hours of sleep. Or if what usually happens when I hop off stream is like I'm full of energy, and then it usually takes me like an hour to wind down and fall asleep. But hopefully Kill Tony doesn't keep me up all night, because I started watching that and it was absolutely hilarious. I highly recommend. But I hope every one of you has a good night. I can't thank y'all for popping in the chat so quick, hanging out with me. It is so much more enjoyable streaming with an audience and a community. So excuse me. That was the burger I ate earlier. But thank you for hanging out as always. And Pineapple, any final last words?
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Ayo! And that's a banger ending, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you tomorrow night, and we will talk to you later. Peace, man.